I don't want to be in the Twitch stream.
Oh, we're live.
We are live.
Oh, we're live.
We are live.
No, I'm in the way.
Okay.
You're in the way.
Okay, ready? Okay, just a quick note for the folks that are joining us live. We are. Wait, where's the Q&A? There we go. We're not going to be playing the music. So if you want to listen to our awesome theme songs, you can download the audio tomorrow or tonight. Depends on how fast I can get it. Ooh, what happened to my video? Can you guys see me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see you.
All right, get set. Okay.
We ready?
Yep. This is Friday, May 9th. There are 75 days until San Diego Comic-Con 2014. Welcome to the SDConCast, the official podcast of the San Diego Comic-Con unofficial blog.
There
How's
was
that?
no music.
That was music.
No.
Totally.
That was like
I'll
house.
take it.
That's right. Woo. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Jeremy Rutz. I am the host of the SDConCast. Joining me for our James. Is this our fourth year or third year?
Third?
Third year for
Third year?
season 3 of the SDConCast.
Woo!
My partner in crime, the Jay from another coast, James Riley.
Hey there.
What's going
I'm
on,
here.
man?
Just got home from work like 5
Oh,
minutes
boring.
ago. I know. That's about all that's going on today.
Cool. All right, but we'll get back to you because you always have very exciting things to talk about. Ooh, why do I have Kim on there? Kim can't join us, but
No.
but you know who can? Google extraordinaire Carrie Dixon.
Hi, everyone.
What's going on, Carrie?
Not much at the moment.
You've had a pretty boring week.
I have.
Nobody break any news while we're doing this.
Basically, yes.
You know, that's going to be our Achilles heel when we record this. I think everybody's just going to sit around and say, oh, they're on. Let's drop some news. All right. And then joining us for the first time is Sarah Merton from Conshark News, at Conshark News on
Hello.
Twitter. Hey,
Welcome,
Sarah, how you doing?
Sarah.
Good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, welcome to the team.
Thanks.
All right. So, James, down to business.
Yeah, what?
What have you done that has put us to shame this week? Actually,
This
between you and Carrie, and I have a feeling that Sarah is also pretty awesome, and I'm just the least awesome. So I can't wait.
Since the last recording, which was right
Yeah, when
before
was it?
WonderCon, we did WonderCon,
We
and then the very next week went to Michigan for Midwest Media Expo, and did some Steam Power Draft stuff there again. It's a brand new first time convention that was.
Yep,
Pretty
and I want to mention James and Beth, Geek Shot Photo, and hopefully you guys
Yes.
are enjoying our Geek Shot Photo weekly posts, have been named Steampunk Chronicles Photographers of the Year.
Woo!
So that is awesome. Congratulations.
That was cool.
That was very cool.
That's very awesome, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, James. Go ahead.
That's what we did, and then I don't think we did anything special except for maybe go to Disneyland in the last 2 weeks. That's about it.
Man, that was so much fun, Disneyland.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Disney's
it?
fun.
Mm-hmm.
It
It
is
was
fun.
fun.
It was.
Jeremy, if you move to
Every
Southern
day.
California, then it can become nothing special to you, too.
I know.
It's still special. It's just normal now. It's normal special.
Right. It's just normal. Disneyland's normal for me.
It's
That's
you have to find new and well, you know what we did actually. We went to Disneyland on May the 4th and had a brown coat day to thumb our noses in the Star Wars people's face. But actually, it was kind of fun because half of us wore Star Wars shirts. So. But yeah, a small group of browncoats got together and went around DCA and Disneyland on on Star Wars Day, which was fun.
May the Birdie Thirst Brown Coat is first be with you.
May the 4th be with the browncoats.
Oh, that just rolls right off your tongue.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right.
And I saw Spider-Man too. But we won't talk about that.
Talk about that stinker. The poster. I got the poster. I feel like I've been cheated.
I told you both. It looked awful. No one believed me.
I
No,
didn't
I'm
think it
with
was
you.
awful.
Not only was it awful, not only did it look awful, but it was awful.
Ugh.
It was so awful that I came home and watched Spider-Man 3 and enjoyed it.
That's bad. That's very bad.
Oh.
Don't get him started, people.
Tell
Okay.
us how you really feel, Jeremy.
What's
All right.
next?
No, all right. Did you guys see Spider-Man?
No.
Do you want to see Spider-Man?
No.
Sarah, did you see Spider-Man?
No, I didn't see Spider-Man.
Okay. Do you want to see
Smart
Spider-Man?
decision.
Maybe someday when it's like out on
Free?
Netflix for free.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's about how I feel.
Oh, what a pile of garbage that
and
movie.
someone has kidnapped me and tied me to a chair and taped my eyeballs open, then yeah, sure.
But you make it sound so appealing, Jeremy.
I said move on. I think this is the move on portion of the show.
I was sitting there texting you guys during the whole thing, and it was like watching Batman Forever all over again.
Special hell. Texting during a movie. Special hell.
I agree.
Yeah, you know what the special hell was? Watching Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
That was my special.
Oh, God.
personal hell. It was so bad. It was with my son and his friend, 2 6-year-olds, and they're laughing at the Green Goblin. They're cracking up. They're going, "Look at his hair!" And then my son goes, "Green Goblin? They should have called him Dumb Goblin." When you have 6-year-olds heckling your movie, you're in trouble. There's nothing redeeming about it.
I would watch the next Spider-Man movie if your son writes it.
Yes. or if my son actually just went with you.
Yeah, he can do a live commentary.
That's stupid. Every 5 minutes. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. All right, James, but you liked it, right?
I did. I enjoyed it. But then I apparently have very low standards or something.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, we have a joke that James loves everything and Jeremy likes absolutely nothing.
But you know,
Except GoBots.
and you know what really stings about this whole thing?
Robots suck.
I still haven't even seen Captain America.
What?
I picked
thought you
Spider-Man. I picked Spider. No, we were gonna go, and then I was so busy doing other stuff that I said, you know what? My wife and I just went to dinner. I said, I don't want to
That
go.
was
see
a
movie.
bad decision.
Oh, why did I not want to go see a movie? Oh, because I already saw a movie that day. We went to my daughter had a birthday party, and so I had to go sit through Rio 2, and it was basically I would have had to go
That was not
to
good.
Rio 2, come home, change, and then go see Captain America.
Would have been worth it.
My butt thanked me for not doing that. But anyway, I can't believe you like that movie, James.
Hey, look,
All right.
there was some problems with it, but I enjoyed watching it, okay?
Yes, there were some problems. Okay. I can. It was so bad. You know, Spider-Man 3 was so much better than that movie. And what have you guys
What's
seen?
next on the outline for...
Hold on, have you guys seen Spider-Man 3 recently? You really should watch it.
I've only
because
seen
might
it
be able
once.
to see it. You might be able to see it with a different set of eyes. Because
No,
this
I
is-
saw it on TV the other day and it was still terrible.
you know what? All right, so hold on. So Tobey Maguire makes a better Spider-Man than Andrew Garfield. There you go, right? But like Dane DeHaan, Harry Osborn, right? So he's like, "Hey, dude. Hey, Peter. What's going on? Yeah." Like that was what he was. That's what he did the whole movie. And then he's like, "Peter, I'm dying, bro. I need your blood, man." That's what he was. The whole movie. It was like that. And then I think it was really funny because they first show him and he's all like dressed all preppy and stuff. But as soon as he starts dying, then he becomes the mean kid and he dresses all in black leather and starts drinking. It's like, oh, let's go with every stereotype here, you know? So bad. So bad.
You should have seen Captain America.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the rest of the podcast as Dane DeHaan.
What? How did our viewers just go down to 0? How is that possible?
Yeah. Either that or they went up to 1 million. They're like, Dane DeHaan's on the SDConCast. Hey, bro. Sucks about badge resales, huh? All right, anyway. Beth is looking behind you. She's like, what in the hell is going on over there? Oh, man. It's such a bad movie. All right, what else, James?
That's it. I think I'm done.
You're done for the night. Let's
done.
lock it up. So thanks for listening to SDConCast. Carrie, what about you? Put us to shame.
I mean, truthfully, the only thing I even care about this week is TV, because if you like TV, this week is basically the Super Bowl.
Right, because it's all the finales, right?
No, because everything's like upfronts are next week, so everything's getting either picked up or canceled.
Yep.
So
And
I think I'm super excited about weird stuff like that. So
yeah, and our buddy Eric Goldman, I think is he in upfronts now or because there's been some announcements.
Upfronts are next week.
But he's been
Upfronts are
doing
next
some announcements like the 5DC. I saw something he talked about the 5DC series on 4 networks, which is nuts.
Yeah, they picked up 4 this week. Basically, all the networks except CBS typically pick up their stuff this week, even though upfronts are next week.
Mm-hmm.
Next week is more like here's what the schedule for next season is actually going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But as for what he was talking about, they picked up 4 new DC shows, which are The Flash, which is going to be on the CW, Gotham on Fox.
Which is weird. That's like the weirdest thing ever. I don't
get
that.
Weird.
Yeah.
Constantine is going to be on NBC, and then iZombie, which is a Rob Thomas thing, is going to be on the CW, and it sounds terrible.
Right. Rob Thomas he's producing it from Veronica Mars.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
The comic is actually really good.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
because I was reading the log line earlier, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I read it a couple years ago. It's very good.
Cool. Well, all of those are WB, so...
Yeah, iZombie and American Vampire. Those are 2 really good Vertigo books that I read.
Okay.
But
Cool.
yeah, it's good. But I don't know how it'll be for a TV show. I think if they have the name Zombie in it, they're like, pick it up. Walking Dead, pick it up. You know?
Basically, yeah. But
we'll see. It's going to be nuts, man. We're going to have all those. We're going to have... When are the Netflix Marvel shows supposed to start? Next year? No.
I don't know. I don't...
Yes.
Yeah. See, he knows.
That's crazy. A lot of stuff going on. And we might have another Marvel series, right? Agent Carter?
Yeah,
Yes.
but I haven't heard much about that, so I don't know that that's... I don't know. I
Because
haven't heard much. Yeah,
Yeah, they're keeping it secret.
basically.
They haven't even announced that S.H.I.E.L.D.'s been picked up.
Nope,
Right.
they have not. We probably won't get ABC announcements until tomorrow, though, or Monday.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you guys want to find out what panels you may be seeing in Ballroom 20,
Pay attention.
pay attention to this. They'll tell you.
Yep.
All right,
DC's
Carrie,
going
what
to
else?
take over one day at Ball and 20, aren't they? Jeez.
I know. It's going to be nuts. All right, Carrie, what else you been doing?
I mean, my life is very boring, Jeremy.
Wow, that's a first. You're usually like traveling around or seeing movies or going to parties or doing something.
I know, I usually am. No, not really. I'm going to Philly, your town here,
When
next
is that?
month, but
Yeah.
next month, middle of next month, I don't even know. But
I don't know why you're doing that.
basically, Sebastian Stan is going to be there, so we're going.
You know what would make that day better if we came
What?
here and saw Amazing Spider-Man 2 while you were here.
Only if your son accompanies us. Only then.
I will do it. Recite the whole movie as Dane Don.
Excited.
Or Andrew Garfield. Yeah, I did my Andrew Garfield before, didn't I?
I don't
No.
think so, no.
So like when he right, he's British, right? So when he does that New York accent, like he lays it on real thick. And he was in Death of a Salesman that I saw with Phil.
Yeah.
And he was like, there was like, you guys ever see Death of a Salesman?
Yeah.
All right, and you know the part where he like steals that pen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was like the funniest part I've ever seen in a play ever. I don't know why that guy won or was nominated for Tony, because it was like he's like Dad. It was like Christopher Walken. He turned to he's like, Dad, I was sitting there and I didn't know what to do. I had this pen, and I said to myself, Dad, I gotta take this pen. I don't know what I'm doing. And I took the pen and I ran downstairs. Dad, I don't know what I did. I took the pen, Dad. Right? It was like this whole scene about him taking a freaking pen, and everyone's like crying in the audience, and I'm like, what the hell am I watching?
And now you can see why Jeremy hates everything.
Yeah, I hate like the literary classic. I am really by myself on that one. Anyway, Gwen. I tried to save Gwen, Dad. I don't know what happened to that. All right. Gary, anything else?
Move on to Sarah. Like I
Sarah,
said,
come on, bail us out here,
before.
Sarah.
Oh, I gotta go, guys.
What? What'd you do?
I'm leaving you.
She'd be
She's
like,
joking.
I hung out with Andrew Garfield and I love Spider-Man 2. And Dave DeHaan is my brother.
I was at the Spider-Man 2 Tumblr meetup at Comic-Con last year, and
Yeah, so
with all my friends, and all that we were saying the entire time was, wow, it's really nice that they have an open bar. Because that is the best part of this meetup. My friend won a PS4 at that thing, and we were like, wow, that open bar was great. So that was our opinion on the matter.
That is great. I love that place. What's that place called, James? Do you remember?
I don't. I wasn't there.
The
Isn't it Basic Pizza?
Basic
Yeah, I think
Pizza.
that's
I
it.
love that place.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I was there my first Comic-Con. I went to the Let Me In, Never Let Me In. What was that movie? That
I think it's.
I think you're right.
Don't let me in. Let me in. Yeah,
the American
I
one,
remember.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Let Me In.
Party, they had that
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I love that
Let
place.
the right one in is the original.
Right,
Yes.
that's what it was.
Yes.
Let Me In was the American one. But that's cool. All right, so Sarah, what else did you do? What did you do? What have you been
What
doing?
did I do this week? Well, I'm unemployed, so mostly I do nothing. But last weekend.
You told me about something you do on Google Hangouts.
Oh yeah, my friends and I, when they all lived here, we all used to have a board game group, and then everybody moved. So now we do a board game group online every weekend. So that's fun.
That's pretty
If
cool.
anybody wants to play, it's boardgamearena.com. There's like a ton of games, and it's way easier than playing in person because it shuffles all the decks for you. So that's great.
No way. Wait, so what games do you play on there? Is it like real games or like made up games just for that site, or is it how does it work?
No, they're real games. I don't know if they have those games legally, but they're real games.
Huh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think we played Takenoko a couple weeks ago. Then last weekend we played Tokaido. I don't know why we only keep playing games that start with the letter T, but
You're
seems
stuck on
to be
that area of the alphabet.
yeah, it's like one Sesame Street episode over and over and over again.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
We should do something like that.
It's super easy.
Cool. All right, what else? Anything else?
It's something
last
pretty
weekend-
big, yeah.
Last weekend every year I do a 5K for charity, like cancer research, and I challenge people if they can raise $1,000, I'll do it in costume. So last weekend I ran a 5K dressed as Darkwing Duck.
Nice, you made $1,000.
Yeah,
Sweet.
and then promptly turned it over to a charity, so I didn't have that for very long.
Well, yeah, right.
But yeah, no, it was good. It was super hot, and the costume was really uncomfortable, but otherwise it was good.
Darkwing Duck, that's awesome. Good choice. Oh. Here. Do you ever see the Darkwing Duck? You ever see that? It's the Darkwing Duck Comic-Con exclusive cover.
I don't have it, but I've seen it before.
Yeah, from Boom, I think, when Boom used to do all the Disney stuff. Anyway,
that
there it
thing's
is.
awesome.
Awesome. I like it. Darkwing Duck is awesome. See, I like stuff, Carrie.
Just not much.
The difference between me and everybody else is I like cool stuff.
Oh, is that the difference? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
just wanted to make that clear. Oh, wait.
It's
Okay,
clear.
I'm selecting this. We're doing Q&A because this is live. And Karma Savage says, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was so a chick flick, and I'm a chick. Boring.
I knew
Wow.
you'd pick that one. You know what, though? The Spider-Man scenes where, Spider-Man was web swinging, those
Yeah.
were pretty awesome. I
Not
thought
as,
those were awesome.
not as awesome as Spider-Man 2. Like the real Spider-Man 2. The Sam Raimi one. Sam Raimi is awesome, though. Sam Raimi is awesome.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is
I
the best
agree.
superhero movie ever made.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Watch it again. There you go. All right. Our buddy Lenny UK DJ UK, Englishman, SDCC. What's his Twitter account? Anyway, you guys know him. He said, El Mayembe from Latino Review has reported that Star Wars Episode 6 is going to be a complete and utter no-show at
7.
Comic-Con. Thoughts? This is my thoughts.
Yeah,
He said-
I think Star Wars is going to be there.
Yeah.
I agree.
And if you look at all the replies, I mean, there was Peter from Slash Film who replied and said, "Nope, we kind of heard that there's going to be a teaser, so that's not correct." So
I understand that they may not have a panel or they
Right.
may not have
But
guests.
they'll have
but
something,
Star
yeah.
Wars will have something there.
That's the
There's
problem
there's
with all
no
these
way.
things.
I mean, didn't they brought it to Comic-Con back in '75 or whatever it was? There's no way that, in my opinion, that Disney, who's running Star Wars now, of course, will forego history and leave out Comic-Con, considering Comic-Con was one of the places that helped drum up interest for Star Wars originally.
Right? Didn't somebody say that Attack or one of the prequel movies they unveiled the title there and then they sold the T-shirts?
Third one,
Right.
the third, the final one of the second trilogy, they announced it at Comic-Con and immediately had shirts on sale on the floor right after. So yeah, they did that there. It was Sam Sweet when he was still working for him, and they had a whole panel, and it was pretty cool.
So, but it was a Star Wars panel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They brought out people and did panels with guests and everything, and had all. It was like this multi-faceted panel where they did multiple things like Marvel does now, where they bring out multiple things. But in this case, they did, this is what we're naming it, and then here's some people from the movie, and then Sam Sweet talked about some other stuff, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I've been hearing some things that Disney's going to be back this year, and they're going to have their own panel, and that it makes sense to have a teaser at the end of it to announce the Star Wars title or whatever they're going to do, along with some of the other Disney films. So we'll see, but Disney will be there for sure, and they'd be stupid not to show something Star Wars.
Yeah.
At the very least, do what Marvel did a couple years ago when they announced all the titles for the Phase 2 Marvel movies, and they just put a title card up there.
Yeah.
Like, no preview, just a picture.
But they're going to be filming for at least 2 months, even if some of it is pre-production stuff. They're going to have something.
Right, and that's also what Pete said was, and I know this, movies, as part of their production schedules, they have a milestone in their production schedule that says Comic-Con, and they have deliverables that are marked for Comic-Con. So whatever X footage, they film a certain scene, they get that post, all the special effects and stuff, and they have something for Comic-Con. That's part of their budget. So, and that's what he said. They've got.
Didn't Guardians of the Galaxy have something like 2 weeks after they started filming last year? 2 weeks.
But most of that was CGI anyway, but
yeah. But they can do it.
Yep. I'm getting ready to hate on Guardians though.
No.
Surprise!
That's not allowed.
It's not even out.
I know. I'm skeptical. I mean, I like James Gunn stuff somewhat. I mean, Slither was decent. And what else did he do? Oh, he did Super, which was good. And then he wrote the 2 Scooby-Doo movies, so there you go.
But
And
Jeremy
Dawn of the Dead
is
remake.
still anti-Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly. Okay, so let's move on. What happened to my outline?
It's right there.
Oh, I pulled up an old one. Never mind. That's why it said Kim. I'm like, Kim's not on this. All right, so what we've been doing. Anything else? Anybody else want to chime in? Guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
What?
The Aquabats are coming to my city.
Woo!
I'm taking my son for the first time.
That's exciting.
Yep, and a bunch of other neighborhood kids. So there's going to be a bunch of like 6- and 7-year-olds there.
Well, you have fun with that.
I'm going to. It's fun. It's like Gwar for kids. That's what their concerts are like. I'm serious. So it's like, one of my first concerts was Gwar. That was awesome. It was. They put this guy in a meat grinder on the side of a big meat grinder, and they put him in there, and they cranked it, and all this blood squirted out all over the audience.
We are slowly putting
And I
together
was just sitting there going, wow.
exactly why Jeremy is the way he is today.
Yeah, and I
The
was
little
the
pieces
man.
are starting
I was
to
the
fit.
man in the meat grinder. No. He just died. The singer died.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad. All
Way
right.
to bring the mood down.
I never liked their music. I just like the concerts.
No.
What?
I was going to say, aren't concerts music? But
No, I mean they're like. Technically, I never liked the music during the concerts. I just liked
the stage show. You like the
the
stage show.
stage show, right? Okay. All right. So that's what we've been doing. Let's go
All
on to the news of the week. Nothing's happened today, right?
Nothing.
No, nothing at all.
Slow news day.
Nope.
No badge resales.
Oh my
For
goodness.
the first
So it-
time ever, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I want to say something about that. So everybody has been conditioned that tickets go on sale. There's pre-reg and that gets sold out, and then there's online badge sales and that gets sold out, and then there's online badge resales, right? That happens sometime in May and June. But that's a relatively new thing, right? Because that's only been happening for the past maybe 4 or 5 years, James. Because the
yeah, it
problem
hasn't
is that
been very
Comic-Con
long.
really hasn't been selling out, right, until then. Like the past 5 years
It
is when
started
it's
selling
really
out
been
about 10
selling.
years ago.
Well, but like at the show, right? Like
Right.
that weekend. Like it hasn't been selling out so far in advance that people are returning tickets and they're doing all this stuff. So it's kind of a relatively new thing that badge sales resales even exist. But at Comic-Con International has always said typically it'll happen in May and June if we have tickets, but it's not guaranteed. So you see that every time that we put that out there, we're saying it typically happens this time, but it's not guaranteed because who knows if they're ever going to do a policy change or change their mind or no returns or whatever. Now, thing I'm curious about, and CCI will never release information about how many tickets they sold, but there has to be some resales, right? So what are they are they? I'm thinking out loud. Are they overselling and then just hoping that people return, or are they, what are they doing with those tickets? Because some of them are going back. You would think, right?
I would assume that it's just they have a certain amount that they have for sales. They have a certain amount for press, a certain amount for pros, and a certain amount for panelists. So if they don't sell the return badges, honestly, that just means there's a fewer people attending. That's all it really means. So did they get 1,000, 2,000 returns?
Because they're still giving press out. Excuse me, I'm drinking water. They're still giving press out, but they're So and who knows? Maybe they'll up the comp badges.
Right. And the thing is, remember they announced in an interview at some point in the last year that they had lowered the amount of pros and press that they were giving out to have more badges available for resale. So maybe they're taking those and using them for, like you said, press is still, even though they said the deadline was like 2 months ago, they're still, as of yesterday, people are getting notifications that they have press. It's taking them that long to get through all the press applications this year. Mm-hmm. So maybe they decided to hold them back, and maybe they're just going to give out a few more press than they were planning, but still probably not as many as they had in past years.
Right. Right. Carrie, you have anything to say about badge resales?
I mean, the thing to me that's so interesting is just like, it's weird to me that we got to this point, because I've only been going the same amount as you have, 5 years. And the first year that I went, I got a resale badge, 4-day with preview night, like a month before the convention.
Oh, wow.
I know. And not even like the day they went on sale. Like, it was like a couple days after they went on sale.
Yeah.
So
Carrie,
it's just...
Carrie, you sound like you're all auto-tuned, by the way. Do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's probably because I have allergies and my voice does funky things this season.
No. It's an internet connection, but you sound like Daft Punk. It's so cool.
Oh, good. Good. That's
You
good
could be
to
wearing
know.
like a motorcycle helmet or something. You'd be like...
All right, then. But anyway, I mean, every year it just gets harder and harder to get badges. And we keep telling people who even got just like Thursday and Sunday badges, still go, because no matter what, because you went next year, you get to be in the pre-registration sale, which increases your chances to get badges next year.
Yep.
I think there's kind of like a shift in the mindset of people about like, why I don't even really, maybe I don't even want this day badge, but I need to hold on to it for next year, and like season tickets or something.
Yeah, but
Or
you have to,
it, you know?
You do have to use it though in order
Yeah,
to.
you do.
No, you don't have to use it. You just have to pick it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
But same thing. You have to be in San Diego to physically pick it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you might as well go, and I think that's actually a good point. I think that's why they had fewer return than normal, because people
think
know
so.
it's the only way to keep getting into the pre-reg.
Yep.
Yeah.
And double your chances of getting tickets again for the next year. And hopefully maybe you'll get all 4 days, and then you'll be able to get the full experience again.
Could you imagine like somebody be like, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" I got to go down to the convention center and pick up my badge. I didn't want to go to this stupid thing, but I'm just gonna go. Like it sounds like this. You guys are making it sound like such a chore. It's like no golden ticket. It's a golden ticket.
But you know what I mean? I feel like in years past, if somebody had like just a Sunday badge, they might have been like, "This isn't even worth it. I'm just gonna refund it and try and get next year." Whereas now they're like, "I'm gonna go to the Sunday so that next year I can try for a 4-day badge."
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Sarah, do you have anything you want to add about the resales?
Well, I remember last year there were people claiming, and I don't remember if this actually was true, but I know there were people talking about how they did a tiny badge sale for the people who had technical problems that were Comic-Con's faults on their end. So I don't know, they could be saving it for that if they haven't had enough returned badges outside of what they need for a technical difficulties resale. Maybe they're saving it for that.
And that's a good point, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, yeah, I remember my first one was 2004, and we literally walked out of my friend's parents' van and in front of the convention center, because you could still pull up in front of the convention center, and walked inside. There was no line, and went upstairs and bought a youth ticket for $15 for Saturday, and then went to the con. And so it's crazy to see that it's we're not doing any resales, and they sell out in 20 minutes, and it's insane that it's only been 10 years, and it happened so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
But that is the world we live in. Okay. So I think that's all we have to say about it.
I will say that, except for, if you want to look on the bright side for attendees, hey, that might be, 500 fewer people in line in front of you.
No, I still think that those tickets are going to find their way in the hands of somebody. However many there are, if there's 100, if there's 500, whatever,
Local radio giveaways.
Yeah.
And they did some of their own giveaways last year too.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to do a giveaway, so we're very gracious to receive those. So.
Does anyone remember those weird ciphers they did on their Facebook page last year?
Yeah, somebody just sent that with all the weird the numbers and stuff. You had to figure that out. That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, people did figure them out.
I know.
I don't know how, because I apparently am not very good at ciphers. But.
I was just thinking, I was like, numbers, cool. Numbers. But yeah, that's pretty neat. I'm sure. Hopefully they do it again this year, because I thought that was a pretty neat thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Badge resales. Anything from the crowd? Angie says.
Angie. Yeah.
I feel like the low return rate means the new ticket system worked, and there were less people buying them that didn't need them. That is a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
So good on Epic and the new system. By the way, speaking of new systems, have you guys checked out our guide of our walkthrough of the new parking system? So we had an interview with John Gersett. I can't even remember how to pronounce his name. It's probably bad since I interviewed him.
Yeah, it is bad.
John from Ace Parking, and he CIO of Ace Parking, and he was gracious enough to give me a tour of the new system and what to expect. So if you guys are looking for parking, and if you need an edge, take a look at the screens. I'll put the link in the show notes. The one thing I want to mention, so we're talking about new systems and all that stuff. He had mentioned that they might, how usually they'll put the link out a couple days before, and what that meant for parking was that they were going to put the link out so that people a couple days before could hit the system and create their accounts, which is very important because you need an account for this. So on the day of the sale, all you're doing is selecting parking tickets or parking passes and checking out. You don't have to worry about creating your account. All the accounts are already created, and hopefully that'll alleviate some of the load on the day that the tickets go on sale. So that would be cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. James and Sarah, I presume you guys are going for parking tickets?
Not this year.
Nope. I have a hotel, and I'm taking the train, so neither.
Very cool. Very cool.
Got the Marriott, so.
Yeah, I know James and his woes about finding a hotel. Sarah, did you have any problems getting a hotel?
I didn't. I have terrible luck in badge sales and really great luck in hotel sales. So I go with my family, and my mom has really good luck getting tickets and terrible luck getting hotels. So as long as the two of us always decide to go together, we're going to be okay.
That's pretty funny. It's like one person's going to have the luck to cover for the other person. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, well, good. So hotels. And the one good thing I think is for us is that's one less event we have to cover before Comic-Con. We can just concentrate on news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Carrie's like, hell yeah. No joke.
Just news.
Yeah. Dane DeHaan says, dude, so glad, Peter, bro.
Just the news, bro.
Just news, man. Isn't that the question of the day?
Well, what are some of those news things we've had, Jeremy?
Wow. Whoa. Ask.
Segue.
That was catching a wave there. All right, exclusives. Let's talk about exclusives. So, the Comic-Con news is heating up, but one of the big news items that we cover in the weeks leading up to Comic-Con are the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive merchandise announcements.
Yep.
So these are typically they are items that you can only buy at the convention, although in recent years they're also making them online and available to people who cannot attend the convention, probably to drive down the cost. And
not that drives down the interest.
No.
Or the lines.
So then they don't have like a bunch of vendors trying to hoard them and sell them for super expensive, That allows Hasbro and Maddie and some of these other places to sell them on their own. But yeah, we've got some of the big merchandise companies, toy companies, collector companies, whatever you want to call them. They're already been releasing some of their exclusives for 2014. Maddie Collector started they started 2 weeks ago? Last week?
2 weeks ago, 2 weekends ago, because it was a weekend.
And they did Day and the Masters of the Universe Hordak, which and then they did the
Monster High Dolls, yeah.
Monster High Dolls.
A 2-pack, yeah.
There's a ton of controversy about Maddie because they so first of all the Hordak thing leaked and everybody thought it was a fan painted. Yeah, they thought it was a joke. They thought it was some item that was fan painted. They're like, this can't be it because this looks like a bunch of garbage. And then all of a sudden, Maddie says, "There it is," and it's the same thing. And you should see it. And everyone's like, "This doesn't even look like Hordak. It looks like somebody painted another character, and it looks awful." So, I mean, I don't really have much to say about that, but there's been a lot of controversy about that. And then they released the strangest freaking picture of the Monster High Dolls.
And the same thing happened. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is a joke. This isn't real."
Right.
Yeah.
Because it looked like a 6-year-old set them up in her bedroom and took a picture with her iPhone, and that's what they used. Like it wasn't even like a photo with a background and stuff.
No,
it was just
it
like
was,
this.
It was very low quality. Yeah.
They were like, "Hey," like it was like this weird like Barbie scene.
And they paid that 6-year-old photographer good money.
I think maybe they had like a Pinterest contest with a bunch of like toddlers, and they said, like take pictures of our new item, and somebody did that, and that's what they used. I think I've probably given a lot of those companies a good idea for next year. That's what it looked like. I was like, no, this can't, because I saw that picture earlier too, and I'm like, that can't be it. That looks like a joke. Jokes
but it wasn't. Yeah. The other one though looks cool. The Doomsday one.
Yeah, Doomsday with the pack.
I know nothing about comics or exclusives or anything like that, but it looks cool. It's like this really big figure, and on the box he's like breaking down the packaging, and it looks like cracked glass. It looks cool.
Well, Doomsday's the guy who killed Superman.
Cool. Yes.
There you. Okay. Cool.
and I have the bag somewhere. The Death of Superman, the bagged comic. So so does like half of America.
Bag.
Yeah. Yeah, so does half America because everybody bought it up thinking it'd be worth something, and then little did they know they made like 8 million of them.
Yeah.
So everybody's got one. Yeah, but
so
the packaging Yeah, but it looks like the Superman with like the bloody Superman or the right. Am I remembering it right?
Yeah, you are.
The Superman symbol that's bleeding.
Yes.
Right on the
that's
cover.
on the box.
It's polybagged,
So,
and it's all black except for the symbol.
now, what would make this exclusive better if they polybagged in black the box? There you go. That would be cool, wouldn't it?
I don't even know what that means.
In a black bag, basically. It was like
Okay.
But then no one would ever see the figure because they wouldn't open it.
I know that would be really cruel. The joke's on them.
Is the figure actually in there?
Schrodinger's collectible.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's the variant no figure edition. Oops, I forgot to put the figure in there.
With bricks, or if the toy is actually in there.
Yeah,
You'll never
right.
know without ruining the mint condition. What a
Yeah,
gift.
exactly. Boy, that would be cruel. Could you imagine these guys looking at it like, Tilly, open it?
I have to buy 6 and open 3 just to see.
Wait, did Sean just join?
No.
That was a joke. Is that something Sean would do? Sean Marshall, our buddy,
He totally would.
of the Confluence. He totally would. He'd buy 6. He'd open 3. All right. So that's Maddie. You guys have anything to say about Maddie? We have the other reveals next week.
There was
Yeah.
that secondary controversy. A lot of the Monster High fans were pretty upset that the what is it? Iris is the character. Yeah, the Iris character was showing up as an exclusive, not as a regular figure, because they all want to get all the figures, of course, and so
Yeah, because usually they're existing figures, existing dolls, but variants.
Yeah.
And you know, they're like, well, you can get them online, but apparently you can't get them online in other countries. So, you know, for the online sale that they do for a very small amount.
Right. Right.
So yeah, people were fairly upset about that. And it's like, you know what?
Grow
They're
up.
going to show up online. Well, no, not. You know that they're going to be expensive now. You know they're not going to be expensive, most likely, 3 to 6 months after Comic-Con. They're not going to be nearly as expensive as they are right around Comic-Con.
Right.
As everyone will have bought them that wants them, and other people will hold them for a while and like, oh, I don't need this anymore, and try and sell it. So,
Right.
you know, go find it 6 months after.
You'll never find these 6 months out. You'll never find the Monster High. Never. You'll ask Sean. No, I'm not kidding. You ask Sean, and he'll go to the store in El Segundo or whatever the hell it is, and you'll find like almost anything that they've sold, but you'll never find the Monster High dolls. Those things
Won't you find
go
them online, though?
eBay.
Yeah.
That's,
there you go.
Well, you pay a price for it, like.
But they're going for like $200 now. Do they still go for $200 after?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
That's crazy. Never mind.
They stay that way, and not only
Yeah,
that, like I
don't
got
collect
lucky
it.
a couple years ago because I bought 3 of the. What was her name? Not the Weberella, but the one before who had the comic. She was dressed up as for my daughter and my daughter's friends, right? And when you bought them, you got these really cool Monster High, like vinyl bags or whatever, you know? Like they're really nice Monster High bags. The bags are going for $40.
That's crazy.
Dear God.
I know. The dolls are like 150. I think I paid 25 for them. So yeah, those are nuts. You'll never find those. Good luck.
So what you're saying is you bought your daughter and her friends a college fund?
No, because my daughter opened it up, and then the pieces are all over, and then she doesn't even care about it. I think the neighbors haven't opened them up, but they have the bags. I think we have the bags somewhere.
But you should get that bag and sell it for $40.
That's $40.
Pay for this year's.
That's right.
You could afford to go see Captain America on that kind of money.
I know. I could go see Spider-Man 2 more times. All right. That's Maddie. Anything else on Maddie?
No.
We got more.
No,
All
we're
right.
good.
So,
more coming.
all right. So what do we expect? So we're gonna have some. There's generally like a movie masters. So they did the DCU. They did the Masters of the Universe. They did Monster High. So they'll do like a movie masters or something. Well, there's not really a movie coming up. Maybe they'll do a Batman Superman one. Although that's 2 more years from now, right? There's the Hot Wheels. There's like a million Hot Wheels that they always do. And that's kind of it. Like they don't really do anything else that's very exciting.
Yeah, I think that's why next week, is it 5 they're doing next week, and they're just kind of lumping them all together, I think.
And then the pre-sale voucher is June 24th.
24th?
Yeah, June 24th. So that's that. Okay. Nothing else on Maddie? All right, Hasbro.
Hasbro.
Has some exclusives.
Hasbro.
It's a big deal one. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
but you know, we called it. I was with Brad from Stitch Kingdom at Toy Fair, and they had in years past, Hasbro and all these other companies, they would announce some of their San Diego Comic-Con exclusives at Toy Fair. Now they totally don't. They just keep them secret, but they drop hints. And one of them, when they were talking about the Black Series, they said a Comic-Con exclusive, stay tuned, and they played the what's his name?
Salacious Crumb.
Salacious Crumb. They played his laugh, right? So so Brad came over to me, or looked over at me, and he goes, "Oh, that's totally Jabba with Salacious Crumb, Black Series for Comic-Con." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, that's like what they did last year, because last year they had a Boba Fett that they announced, and then at Comic-Con they sold Boba Fett with Han Solo and Carbonite." So he goes, "They're going to do a Black Series, but they're going to add something to it." So I mean, I saw the Jabba figure. It looks nice, and it has nice packaging, I guess. But not something I'm gonna get. Was Sean excited for this one?
I don't know, actually. But I know a lot of people
he is collecting all the Black Series, so I'm sure he is excited to get it. I don't know if he's excited for the figure itself, but it's definitely something he's gonna buy.
I'm not excited for the price.
No, it's expensive. It's
$65.
$65? Yeah.
And I mean, I saw it. I mean, it's not huge. It's well,
6 inches.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't that big?
Sean opens his figures. It's weird.
He sleeps with them. He plays with them in the bathtub. Yeah, I mean, but that's the only one they've announced so far. We did see some. What did we saw? Some rumors about
that Danger on the Docks thing from a while ago.
Oh well, yeah.
G.I. Joe.
At Comic-Con, but then I asked them, and that's not necessarily going to be a Comic-Con exclusive. I think it's just a convention exclusive, or it'll be available at retail, but also at Comic-Con, something like that.
Gotcha.
But there's the Marvel. Marvel's doing something from their Infinite line, and there were some Marvel Eternals figures that leaked.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Supposedly, yeah.
It's Nebula and Star Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense because those all tie into Thanos, and Thanos ties into Avengers 2.
Yeah.
And Guardians, so makes sense. But
Avengers 3.
Oh, Avengers 3. There you go. But anyway, that's Hasbro. So they only got one, and they usually leak them slowly.
So we're going to be getting probably something G.I. Joe, something My Little Pony.
Yeah, they do those every year.
I know they're going to do My Little Pony because they told me they're going to have a G.I. Joe, and it's a big G.I. Joe anniversary year, so they're going to do something with that. Guardians is going to be big this year, so I would expect to see something with Guardians, the Infinite line, something from the Infinite line, Transformers. I was prying. I was like, "Are you guys doing any Mr. Potato Head? Any Nerf?" No, nothing. So
what possible odd thing will they throw in like they did last year with the Gem doll?
I don't know. They really didn't have anything. What would they have? Dude, you know what would freak me out? Dude, I just went Dane DeHaan on you. You know what would really freak me out, though? If they released the Inhumanoids toys. You guys remember those? Probably, Carrie and Sarah probably don't.
I got nothing.
I do.
Yeah, man. I
never thought of them. I don't really remember them that well.
Yeah, if they had that weird skeleton guy with the bones and the red eyes, that would freak me out. Those toys, if you guys ever look up Inhumanoids or watch that show is like seriously crazy demented stuff. Like, I would never let my son watch that stuff. But yet it was on like afternoon cartoons. I'm watching it, I was like, this is the most messed up stuff in the world. Like, people are like bleeding from their eyes and they're in hell. It's like it was like a nightmare. They're like, hey, we're gonna make toys about this. Crazy.
Or maybe the Visionaries or something.
Visionaries.
Or Insectars.
Insectars. I don't remember them.
Or Sectars. I think it's just Sectars.
You've stumped even Jeremy.
There you go. So
They were
anyway,
on at the same time as masking them, so.
yeah, but Marvel. When I asked Marvel, I'm reading from the Toy Fair. So what their exclusive would be, they said it was going to be the Infinite line, and they said it was going to be one of the top exclusives, if not the top exclusive, offered by any exhibitor this year. So I thought that was cool, and then I talked to the Star Wars guys, and I said, what are you guys doing? And he said, well, ours is pretty cool. And I told him what Marvel said, and he goes, yeah, but theirs is better. So
All right.
I guess the Marvel one's going to be pretty cool, whatever that is, if that made sense to you guys. All right, anything else on Hasbro? There's really nothing to talk about.
You know, it's just the one.
Just wait for the ones as they come in.
Yep. Let's see. All right, Funko. Funko announced their Funko Fun Days, which is their annual fan event, which is what, like $75 or $70?
70, yeah.
But you get food and drink, and you get to walk off with a big Funko Fun box or something it's called. So
Yeah, well, and I was reading about this. They usually give you like a couple pops, and then what they also give you though is I don't know if like that's included in some of the box or if they do prize giveaways or what, but they give out like prototypes of figures and like stuff that you wouldn't actually get anywhere else. So it actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it does. And for you know, the pops are super popular, and I wonder if they're going to put any reaction figures in there. The new retro.
They might.
From Super 7, because those are awesome. So that's Friday, July 25th at 8 at the Wyndham San Diego Bayside, $70, and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing.
Someone in our comments on the Funko exclusive post said that their Fun Days last year, they got 3 exclusive 4-inch pops from the Box of Fun, a 9-inch Freddy Funko as Daryl from Walking Dead, and a 4-inch prototype of Rob Stark.
Oh, that's cool. And that's Randy. We met Randy at the WonderCon meetup. So cool. Hey, Randy.
So they get some good stuff, it seems like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I keep hearing. And I hear that it actually does sell out. I think, because I was reading about this the other day, they normally do 200 tickets, and that sold out last year like that. And so they then last year decided to up it to 400. I don't know this year if they're going back to 200 or 400 or what, but it's still a pretty small thing.
I think we've sold about half of those for them.
Probably, yes.
Yeah. Just looking at the stats and how many people have clicked on the.
A lot.
Yeah. So anyway, so Funko always has a ton of exclusives, but this year they're having 86.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And they have 52 hints, but I guess some of those are sets, so that probably is why they have 52 hints, but 86 exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
And we've guessed
most of them.
Most of them.
Some of them,
Carrie did.
yeah.
Thank you, Carrie.
No problem. Well, it was mostly the guy in the comments on our post, so thank you, Caniac Kid.
Awesome. But
I got one or two.
Yeah, but they do a really cool thing where you can actually buy all of them in one fell swoop. So it's like total for all those are $1,200, but you can get them for $1,000, and it's free shipping, and they ship after the convention.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to haul those home, you can buy them now, and then you're guaranteed to have every single one of them. That's probably a good deal for like comic book shops or something that want to sell this stuff.
Yeah.
It's probably more for those types of folks. I couldn't see, like, I guess maybe some people would buy this. Have 86.
Yeah, the collectors would. The ones who are, I got to get one of everything.
They are pretty cool. Yeah, they are pretty cool. But so anyway, so you can buy them all now, $1,000, or you can get them at the convention. And good luck getting them at the convention, because we just did one of the reveals. It was Fugitive Toys.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man variant.
Who looks super cool, yeah.
Yeah, he's cool, but he's like red.
Mm-hmm, crying, yeah.
And crying. But the one thing about the way that Funko does their exclusives is they have some at their booth, and then they have they license out or however they handle it lot of the other exclusives. So they'll have a bunch of exclusives, and then all these other booths will have other exclusives. So if you want to get like all 86, you're running around the exhibit floor to like all these different places just to pick them up. Like I know they did like some Hello Kitty stuff last year, but like that was sold at another booth, and they did one that was sold at another booth. So they're all over the place.
Sounding like the $1,000 deal is getting even better, and when you get it, you can just sell off the ones you don't want.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Anybody around here collect Funko
Nope.
stuff? They're very popular.
I think if I collected anything, it'd probably be those, but I don't actually collect them.
They are pretty cool.
I agree with that statement. They're cute, but I don't. Yeah, no.
Yeah, if you guys look at the Toy Fair video that I did, they gave me a tour of the booth and a look at all their 2014 toys. I mean, there's so many pops, it's insane, and they basically have every license. It's like any license you could think of, they have it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have Star Wars. They did have Star Wars.
They do, because they just released like the Wampa and
that's right.
Luke and some other stuff.
That's right, they did. Yeah, they have everything. It's insane. Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Lisa
Walking Dead.
Walking
Marvel. Yeah.
Disney.
Guardians.
Everything. Disney. Yeah.
Yeah, tons of Disney. Tons of classic Hanna-Barbera stuff. They've got like the Flintstones and like.
I mean, yeah, literally everything.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, like
what was that? What was that show? James, you remember that show with the Frankenstein robot monster that used to fly? What was that called?
Yes, I remember that, but I don't remember what it was called.
They make him.
Again, literally everything.
Yeah, they're awesome. And the cool thing is now they've partnered with Super 7, so that Super 7 does those. So last year, remember Super 7 did the Aliens. They're like the retro old Kenner looking. You know, like if you guys remember the old Star Wars figures from the original trilogy, they were not very articulated. I guess they were pretty rudimentary cast and things like that. But they're going back to that kind of retro style, but with new licenses. So they're doing Firefly, they're doing Pulp Fiction. They basically, with the partnership, they've tapped into Funko's licensing and are basically using everything to make these retro figures based on those licenses. So it's really cool stuff. And there's a few reactions in this list. Pulp Fiction, Firefly.
Well, we already know what the Firefly one is.
Yep, because they told me. Very cool. All right, so that's Funko. Anything else on Funko?
I don't think so. I mean, it might be worth saying we know for sure at least what 3 of them are, which one is that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man variant that we just talked about. 2 is the one that you got at the Toy Fair. Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about that?
What, the Jane with the hat?
Yeah. I mean, that's basically...
Jane with a hat.
and then we... Thanks for that, Jeremy.
That rich mental picture.
Wait, right. let me elaborate. They're making a Jane with a hat. Sorry, I wanted to clarify. I didn't know if you guys caught that on my original statement.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I get it now.
Okay, it was a hat.
And then they're also doing a blood spattered Hannibal Lecter pop. So those are the 3 we know for sure.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Cute, but creepy.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. James, anything on Funko?
No, I see them all over at the cons now, so yes, they are very.
Yeah. All right. All right. What other news do we have? Do we have anything else we want to mention that happened this week?
I don't remember anything else that happened.
There's a bunch of other exclusives that went up.
If you're not
that weird Entertainment Earth one.
Yeah. What is it called? Hold on, I'm pulling it up now.
The Entertainment Earth one?
Yeah, I don't watch Saturday Night Live. Does anybody watch Saturday Night Live?
We're talking about the Ambiguously Gay Duo one?
Yeah, we are. And it's a bobblehead.
It's awesome.
Something, yeah. It is awesome. But, yeah.
The pose. I'm looking at the pose.
It's the Ambiguously Gay Duo. What are you really expecting?
Is this by the makers of those wolves that you put on one of our UTPs from a couple weeks ago?
No, that's Luke Chew. I don't know how to say his last name. But he's a fairly famous artist. I actually know who he is, which means he's fairly famous.
Cool. Yeah, this is funny. I mean, this got a lot of attention. People seem to be pretty excited about this.
I'm really excited about this. I'm a little surprised.
It's only $12. Something your mom would be proud of. Don't bring it to work.
You have to make it bobble the right way, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have anything else to add about that one. Anyway, check out the site. We'll put that in the links. All right, so we talked about parking. We talked about the exclusives. There's that really cool diecast Supernatural car that's probably sold out by now.
Thinks it does.
Yeah, because they just put it online. They're like, hey, we got this exclusives. This is 1,000, and then I think we sold. Like I'm looking at the stats. I think we sold 1,000 of their cars. Like it's insane. It looks cool though. It's going to be a little 164 diecast. I don't know what size that is. Is that a Hot Wheels size?
Basically Hot Wheels size, I think.
Yeah, and it's going to have. I didn't watch the episode. Apparently Snooki was in it, so I'm really pissed that I missed that episode. But it's I guess there was that's the Winchester brothers car, and then they like in the episode there was a etching on the side of it, like a warning. Some demon wrote in it. I can't even pronounce Enochian. But the diecast is actually going to have the etching on the side of the car, which is cool. So.
That is cool.
Yeah. And like I said, let's hope no one has the bright idea to make a Snoopy variant to go to the home farm. Be a Jersey Shore figure pack. I'm surprised Funko hasn't licensed Jersey Shore dolls.
They probably have.
They probably have, to be honest with you. All right, so parking. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have anything else you want to add? We haven't really talked about the Nerd HQ stuff. I don't know if we want to talk about that.
It's happening. They announced they put up the volunteer enlistment form today.
Yeah, that went up. And they got, what was the final count of their 350?
No, it was 336,000.
It's okay, I guess. They find some sponsors.
They got at least a third, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because they did 330, and then Will Wheaton posts today that he gets over $1 million for Tabletop, the show.
Well,
wow.
I know.
Power perks.
What's that? Is that what you think it is?
Perks? I think so.
Yeah, there's so many perks for the Tabletop Kickstarter.
Really?
So many perks.
Yeah. I mean, they kept selling out, and then they'd add more.
Yeah. And it's like crazy stuff, too. It's like exclusive packs from Cards Against Humanity and like other crazy cool stuff that I can't afford.
So like really, really good stuff.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
But see, that's the point, because like when we talked to Zach about this stuff, he made the decision not to do perks because perks cost money, and he's trying to raise money, not to spend it. So it kind of defeats the purpose. And so what he did was just donate whatever you have. If you have $5, donate $5, and you just know that you're making Nerd HQ happen, which is a cool thing, right? Now all those people that are probably, oh, Nerd HQ, I'm not going to donate to that. I'm just going to wait for the badge resale. They're probably like, oh, I'm going to be at Nerd HQ now.
Yeah, that probably just made getting tickets to Nerd HQ this year that much harder.
Yeah.
Though good luck finding out when their tickets actually go on sale.
Yeah, they'll go on sale the Thursday of Comic-Con, the Friday of Comic-Con. Well, in fairness,
but every year they put up we're going to put up tickets at 11 a.m. and then 5 minutes before 11 a.m. they'll change the time.
Right, but I don't know if there's ticket issues behind the scenes with that stuff. But to be fair, what Zach said was they're basically piggybacking on whatever schedule Comic-Con comes up with. So they have to wait for Comic-Con to finalize that schedule, and then even when we know that schedule's still in flux to an extent, and they're trying to book guests, and they're trying to figure out when guests are going to be in town, because not all guests probably people assume that a guest is going to be there. Comic-Con starts on Thursday. They're going to be on Thursday. No, sometimes they just come down for the day.
Yeah.
They have to coordinate. They have to
fly them in and fly them out.
Fly them in, book them rooms. And that's what Zach was saying, or the FAQ, or whatever. I read this or something, but they have to. Sometimes Nerd HQ has to pay to put the guests that they have up for the night.
Yeah.
So it's it's not cheap, and they do. What did they do? 30,000 last year. I think they did. Nerd HQ.
In attendance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they said that. I'm not
40.
entirely certain. I believe that, but
well, all right. So let's for an instant believe that, right? let's let's
stretch our believability.
Seriously, there's probably 30,000 people at some point that walk through the turnstiles at Nerd HQ. Whether they go to a panel or they just walk in and walk out, right? I'm sure there's 30,000 people plus that walk the gas lamp, and they're in the gas lamp. So by default, they're walking into Nerd HQ. But all right, so 30,000. They do 1/4 of Comic-Con. Comic-Con costs $10 million to put up.
Yeah.
Right. So to do 1/4 of Comic-Con, now I know it's a little different because there's all the panels and all that stuff that they do, but CCI is only paying to rent for the convention center $115,000 or something like that, right? So that's probably how much Zach is paying for Petco Park, right? And he doesn't have all those rooms, and Comic-Con relies on volunteers, which so does Nerd HQ, but you know what I mean? Like there's variables there, but if you want to,
I think isn't the biggest expense at Comic-Con security?
Yeah, was it?
I think so. It's got to be one of the biggest ones and obviously with a smaller area and all that, they obviously don't have to pay as much for security. So maybe a quarter of the size, but yeah, there's no vendor hall with all of those people that need to be in there walking around and keeping an eye on things there. There's not the massive amount of panel rooms where they need someone in every single room and all the tech people needed for that. They only need the one room right now. So yeah, it may be a quarter of the size and people walking through the door, but it's those people are concentrated into specific areas instead of having all of these different things to do.
Yeah, they pay over $1 million for security. So that's expensive. That's their biggest expense. Comic-Con does anyway. So yeah, people complain it's $1 million. Well, $1 million versus 10. I mean.
I think it. I mean, he explained exactly like why it costs that much. So.
Right. And Nerd HQ isn't charging to go in there. They're only charging for the panels.
Yeah, and again, Nerd HQ doesn't keep that money.
They don't keep any of that money. It's just they keep what it costs them, and then they donate the rest. So that's not profit.
Sell the ticket, they sell them for $22 is for the fees for the ticket selling site.
Yeah, and the only reason that went up was because I think Brown
Paper Tickets charges $250 for a service fee. Yeah, so that's why the ticket prices went up $250.
Yep, and then but you can walk right into Nerd HQ for free. So that's the difference. They're not collecting money for that stuff.
And I honestly think that it probably wouldn't cost the $1 million to run. I mean, it might cost the one that they ran last year, but based on the interviews we did, he wanted to make it bigger. And I think that's part of where the $1 million was, is that they wanted to do more than they had in the past. And so with the money they got, and hopefully they do get some sponsors who actually follow through, and I think we're going to get at least the same Nerd HQ we had last year.
I agree, and I loved it last year. It was my favorite thing at Comic-Con last year, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't think you went to Comic-Con. Oh, just Thursday you did.
I went Thursday and Sunday.
Oh, you did, right. Sarah, have you ever gone to Nerd HQ?
I went last year for the first time, and it was great. I managed to get tickets to their Doctor Who panel, which was like 30 times better than the actual Comic-Con Doctor Who panel. So it was totally worth the $20.
See, and that one wasn't even as good as like the one the year before, but yeah, no, everything is better at Nerd HQ. It's just a different atmosphere. I mean,
very much so, yeah.
Yeah. Nerd HQ is awesome, and they do the cool parties. But I don't think that the Padres are going to be in town like that week after or shortly after Comic-Con. So I don't know if they're going to be able to do some of the field events like they did last year. But
Yeah,
who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else. Anything else on Nerd HQ, guys? Figured we haven't talked about that, so let's talk about it. Get that out of the way. All right. So last, I wanted to mention a contest that we just started today. It's going to go on for a week, and it was we got two tickets donated from the San Diego Symphony for any one of their shows that they're doing during the weekend of Comic-Con to give away to one of our readers. So we started a contest about that today. I don't know if you guys have taken a look at the events that they have scheduled, but they're doing Video Games Live on Thursday. They're doing Danny Elfman's music from the films of Tim Burton on Friday, although Danny Elfman isn't going to be there. It's just going to be his music. And then Elfman or Burton will not be appearing. And then what I think is really cool, I think they're all cool, but on Saturday they're showing Star Trek the movie, but they're conducting the music live with the movie. So I guess they've taken out the music soundtrack and they're going to do the music live to the movie, which is awesome because it's a good movie and you can watch it, in a unique way, which I think is really cool.
And isn't Michael Giacchino going to be there afterwards for a Q&A or something?
I think so.
He's going to be there for a VIP, so you have to buy an extra ticket for that. However, he's going to do a special appearance there. He's not conducting. But you know who is going to conduct, James? David Newman.
Oh, look at that.
Composer of Serenity.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is cool. So, and that's Saturday night. I think that is really cool. All of them are cool. But I think that's really awesome that the Symphony is doing these events, especially in light of people not being able to get tickets for Comic-Con. I know they happen after the convention center closes, but it's always cool to have variety and all these cool events happening after Comic-Con. So we're giving away a pair of tickets. The winner chooses which one they want to go to. So I think that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yep.
And we'll put that in the links of the post for this as well.
We will, absolutely. So thank you to the San Diego Symphony for giving us the opportunity to give away those tickets. All right. Anything else, guys? Nope.
No.
No.
Cool. Well, I want to wrap this up because I've got Spider-Man 2 starts in half hour. I'm going to be able to make it.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That's right.
Let's clarify.
Yeah, let's clarify. Let's not let that one. All right. So, in closing, James, where can our listeners find more of your work on the internet?
I'm across the web on Twitter, Flickr, places like that as Dan Riegel, and you can check out our website for photos at geekshotphoto.com.
Cool. Carrie?
You can find me on Twitter at Carrie Dixon, which is Kerrydixon.
And Sarah?
I am Conshark News on Twitter, and conshark.com is my blog. They go together, as you might be able to tell.
And it's a very good blog, so
Thank
check that out and follow Sarah. And you can find me at Spot Anime. You can also find all of us on the blogs account SD_comic_con on Twitter and Facebook as well. Or I'm sorry, and the website is sdccblog.com. Facebook, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/SDConblog. We are on iTunes, so if you'd like to subscribe, the links are up on the blog, or search for SDConCast in iTunes. If you like what you've heard so far, please review us. We are also on Stitcher Radio, so go to the link in the show notes. If you want to get a hold of us, you can send us an email at sdcomiccon.blog@gmail.com. Find us at Facebook, as I had said before, facebook.com/SDConblog, or tweet us at SD_comic_con. Thanks for listening, and I say until next year. These are the notes from last one. Until next year.
Until next week.
Until next week. Until next week, dude. Everybody go shawarma.
Woo.
Dude.
Dude, you're getting Adele, Peter. All right. Thanks, everyone.